Okay. But it was also because about loyalty to myself. It was about loyalty to myself and what was right. And I focused all of my energy on saving the country. Not getting laid, not making money, not looking cool or being trendy or getting followers on social media. No, on saving the country at my own expense. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. Only to have people like Trump spit in my face. Only to have the Republicans spit in my face after I gave them everything, just like the Democrats did. So anytime you guys think for 1 second that people on the left or people on the right are your friends, they're not. They're not. Anytime you think that they're going to do something for you, that they're out there and they're saying the right things and they're going to make a change, they're not. They're lying to you. Bold face fucking lying to you. Celebrities that are out there trying to get you to support, this cause or that cause, trying to save the planet because of climate change, they're fucking liars. Because if they were really about trying to save the planet, then they wouldn't be talking about wind turbines or solar panels or, lithium batteries and driving fucking Priuses. No, they'd be talking about 0-point energy. They'd be talking about Tesla towers. They'd be talking about electrogravitics and TR3Bs. They'd be talking about the Salvador Payas patents that came out in 2020 that are very real. That's what they would be talking about. They don't care about the planet, you guys. Just like when the Republicans say that they care about you and your kids, they don't care about you and your kids. They don't care about America. They don't. You know how I know that they don't? Because I do. And they marginalized me. They suppressed my voice. They tried to destroy me and kill me in some cases, or get me to kill myself. Both sides. Both sides. Evil fucking people, bro. And the only thing that is going to change that opinion is actions. Real actions. Because you guys, all we get is lip service from these people. That's all I ever got. That's all I've ever gotten. Never, ever, ever have I gotten something more than a broken promise from these people. They're liars. And they're thieves of trust. Liars are thieves of trust. So when Trump's sitting here talking about the Democrats, and sedition and the death penalty, it's like, dude, you guys literally sold our fucking country out to Israel. What, you think you're escaping the news? If you want to start talking about the death penalty for Democrats, let's start racking up things that you've done, Trump. How about, the Vegas shooting? Okay? How about the lockdowns? How about Operation Warp Speed? How about all the lives that were ended by whatever it is that you did in the Middle East for Israel? Or the fact that you allowed Netanyahu to just go ham on Gaza, Mr. I'm in control. You see, all of this stuff and the way that he sold out the American people, the way that he still hasn't arrested fucking anybody, all of that's, treasonous and seditious as well, because he's literally sold us out to the state of Israel, just like the Democrats sold us out to China. Okay, you guys want to know why these people are selling us out to China or to Israel? Because China and Israel have money. Because China and Israel have stake in our debt. The Fed is owned by the Rothschilds who own Israel. So, but China has some of our debt in their pocket too. So that's part of it as well. It's about the money, you guys. But the thing is, both Israel and China are on their way out. They're both like old men on walkers with large, billions of dollars in their bank account. Okay, and they still walking around, but not for long. They're weak and they're diseased. They're not going to be around for long. At the max, Israel and China probably got at the max 10 to 20 years at the most. At the most, probably less than that. Okay, so we're not going to get anywhere by going the China route. We're not going to get anywhere by going the Israel route. We're going to get there by going the shaman route. And you guys trusting my fucking lawsuit, trusting what it is that I'm doing here, seeing the genius seeing the legal precedent that's being made, seeing the way that I'm taking the corruption of the system and using it as a weapon against the system.
Got this.
To what? To neutralize it, to actually make it to where instead of investing in Israel or investing in China, we're investing in America. Because if you have read my statement of facts, I'm asking for $40 trillion from the Fed, the IMF, the Bank of International Settlements, and the World Bank. I'm also asking for all the gold that they have in all of their banks because I'm asking for interest times 7 because we caught them stealing. And by their own books, that's what it is. By their own law, times 7. If I catch you stealing, times 7. And I caught you stealing. So, here it is. 40 trillion, 38 is going into the Treasury, right? We're going to wipe out the quote-unquote debt, and we're going to put 38 trillion in surplus in the United States Treasury. I'm getting $1 trillion to invest in the American infrastructure so we can totally redo the American infrastructure and create freedom cities and actually have a symbiotic relationship with the environment where we don't need wind turbines or lithium batteries or solar panels. We can use Tesla towers and zero-point energy and electrogravitics and gyroscopic vehicles. We're going to have cures for cancer, too. And then I'm also going to get $1 trillion for all my pain and suffering and the fact that these people try to fucking kill me. And then we're going to get all the gold. And then I'm also going to help to free all the other nations around the planet who have these debt-based central banking systems. And we're going to give the countries back to the people. Or you guys can continue to, trust Israel and Trump. Or you can continue to trust, Newsom and China. They're both trying to kill America, you guys. None of them are going to do right by the American people. Look at what Newsom has done with California. Look at what Trump and his cabinet have done with America. That's why I'm standing up. That's why I don't give a fuck. Oh, hey, we have a request. Cool. Yeah, I'll get to you in 1 second, Liam. No problem. 1 second, bud. I tried, you guys, endlessly. I gave everything of myself. And I'm still giving up everything for you. Okay? Because I love you. And I love you. I love your family. I love this country. I'm trying to help, for God's sake. I'm actually trying to be the American spirit and save this country. All right, dude. What's up, Liam? How's it going, man?
And I just want you to know that on an ongoing basis, whenever you tune in, I try to jump in here so I can learn and see where you are in the progress of your efforts. And just know that it's greatly appreciated, and that if there's anything I or anybody else who I am connected with can do to help, and likewise, that's why I'm here. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I got to put you on mute here because it'll get all jumbled up on the back end here. So thank you. I appreciate that, man. And yeah, there's not much anybody really can contribute unless you have questions, I mean, what do you say to all this stuff? I mean, in all honesty, if I were on the outside and I was looking at all of it, I'd probably say, I don't know, dude, that guy sounds kind of nuts, But the thing is, when you see all this transitional evidence, when you see all these patterns, these anomalies, that it's like, well, hold on, something very weird is kind of going on here. And then if you take my word for it, that it's because I'm talking about these patents that would end the Fed and essentially end the New World Order, then it would make a lot of sense why it is that I'm being targeted in this way. Why it is that I have been so heavily suppressed, and also why it is that these people have tried to use me. Because I'm really smart, you guys. I'm really, really smart. I have not even shown people like a tenth of what it is that I can offer, because most people are not on that level. Like if I were to really start talking about stuff, most people would be like, I'm tuning out. This doesn't make no sense. And that's kind of why I'm actually being really vulnerable here by coming to you guys and telling you all this stuff, because a lot of people are going to say I'm nuts. And I don't foresee this, winning me any brownie points with people like the Trump administration or people in Hollywood, let alone with people like Michelle. I just don't see this getting me anywhere that I want to go. really. But it might get the American people somewhere that we all want to go, and that's why I'm doing it. Okay? So I thank you. Oh, yeah, you got your hand raised. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
If you can hear me, I haven't even pursued my pardon. My attorney, who was state provided, he hasn't even returned my calls when I began the process of trying to reach out to him to do this. And, do I really want a pardon from Trump? And I'm absolutely happy, pleased that you were able to obtain one for yourself, because it was appropriate, it was deserving, and so was mine. But I don't feel as if I should even pursue that channel, because I know that the people who are my fellow Americans know right and wrong, and they can, if they need to, they can look at what happened, just like they did with you, and they can just make decisions for themselves. And that's what we need to do right now, is we need to start making decisions for ourselves and stop forgetting what it is we learned the day before, because that's how we're continuing to get our taken advantage of. And that's what we have to make sure future generations are prepared against, is our vulnerability and our naivety. Because if we do inform ourselves and our younger generations by whatever means are necessary, we have a great standing, and we do have the ability to contend against our adversaries. That's what I wish to share. Thank you, Jake.
Thank you. And I agree. And this is the thing, you guys, and I'll end on this note. This whole time, whether it be with the Trump camp and the Republicans or Michelle and the Democrats, I've only ever been trying to unite the country, you guys. I've only ever tried to unite the country, and that's part of my lawsuit as well, is the evidence for that I've only ever been trying to unite people, that I've never ever advocated for violence, or, that I've only ever advocated for peace and understanding and education, and that I've been trying to get everybody to get along and agree on things like cures for cancer, or agree on things like clean sources of energy that will put the petrodollar, and big oil, where they belong in the past. I've been trying to get people of all religions to come together and worship God, the one true, all-encompassing God, right? That we all, in one way or another, believe in, right? But what has happened is that these very nefarious forces that are out there that seek to keep people divided have been standing in my way, and I'm doing everything I can to get to you regardless. So that's why things like what you said, Liam, really help. And I appreciate you guys for showing up. Thank you for your time and your attention. Time and attention are the currencies of the universe, so I thank you for spending and investing your time and your attention here today. Much love, and namaste.
That is a voice from the future, echoing into the past. Thank you, Jake.